What's going on, everybody? The second garden update. With the recent warm weather that we had so far, the vegetables are reacting very positive to it. A lot of changes have taken place ever since the last garden update, which was about 11 days ago, and a lot of things have changed. So let me show you what's going on. To start off, the spinach and the lettuce have reacted positively to the warm weather that we had. I think our last frost or freeze or really cold weather has happened probably a few days ago. So hopefully things will start picking up for the spinach and lettuce in the coming days. In this blank spot or empty spot here, I plan on planting a kale. Hopefully it won't take too much of the nutrients away from the lettuce and the spinach, but we'll have to see. So hopefully things will go pretty well once I plant this kale in this tote. The carrots are doing really good right now, although I got to clean it out just a little bit because there's some, I guess it's pine seeds in them. Basically just debris from the pine trees and a little bit from, I guess, like maple trees. The seeds that look like insect wings. So I gotta try to clean out this tote and try to thin out some of the carrot seeds that's in there, because I want to try to get as much growth as I can from some of these carrots, and hopefully I can actually harvest a good sized carrot this time. But as you can see, the carrots are doing really good right now. So I'm pretty hopeful. The kale that I do have planted are doing really good right now. They reacted positively to the warm weather, and I did give them a feeding a few days ago. They probably need another feeding sometime next week. And also the added vegetables in this tote with the kale has reacted positively to the warm weather. The carrots and the turnip is growing pretty well. And there's also another turnip that's growing in this tub or tote as well. I don't know how things will turn out, but we'll just have to see what will happen in this particular tote in the coming days. Another vegetable that's actually reacting positively to this warm weather are my beets. And pretty soon I'm gonna have to thin these out because it's a pretty good cluster of seeds that has grown together. I figured at least a maximum of 2 to 3 beets can actually grow in a cluster together. If I grow too much of them together, they are going to be fighting over for nutrients, and I don't want that to happen. So things are looking good for the beets. I didn't think they were going to actually germinate this year, but thankfully they did, and hopefully I'll have some beets to harvest again this year. And hopefully they don't look like the beets I tried to grow last year. So, still remaining hopeful. Lastly, the vegetable that's really loving this warm weather are the potatoes. As you can see, this is 11 days after my last update, and they pretty much exploded. I did give them some slow release fertilizer, and I don't know if it did any good, so I gave them some different fertilizer, and it seemed like it's reacting pretty well to it. The beets that I have in here look like they're suffering a bit, because potatoes need a good amount of nutrients, and I have a feeling that these beets won't last long in this box, so I'm gonna have to eventually move them to a box with the rest of the beets. So things are looking pretty good for the potatoes. I'm thinking I may have to buy some more soil to cover them up, just in case any potatoes peek up out of the soil. So I'm real hopeful about the potato crop. Next to it, I don't have anything planted yet, but more likely it will probably be kale. So probably around about the next garden update, I'll have some kale planted in this tote, and hopefully it'll do well. Even though it might get a little bit hotter, it'll probably turn the kale more bitter and more difficult to cook. So hopefully things will go well. So anyway, that's pretty much it for my garden update. If you like what you see, leave a like. If you have questions, comments, leave it in the comment section. That's it for now. Happy gardening.